This is the Business Experience Show, where we connect those who want to know more about digital marketing, social media, and business strategy with entrepreneurs who are succeeding in today's marketplace. Follow our blog, join our online network, or connect with us at thebusinessexperienceshow.com. And now, your host, Lisa Caprelli.
Welcome to the Business Experience Show. I'm Lisa Caprelli. Here with me is Brian Gaps. We have all seen the UPS store in our neighborhood, but if you think you know what it is, think again. Their expanding list of services can help small businesses and entrepreneurs in ways you never imagined. He wears so many hats within the UPS store. Welcome, Gary Williams, Jr.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Hi, Gary. Give us a quick evolution of how your family got started in this industry.
Well, it's a long story. My parents actually started with the mailbox, etc. business back in 1981. My dad's business partner actually started mailboxes, etc., and it's been a family business for us. We do all the development in the 80s, my parents did the development for all of New York, as well as Arizona and Los Angeles, and now we focus solely on San Diego County, Orange County, and LA County.
And when you came out of college, you got into the family business, or you didn't right away?
No, in fact, it's interesting. You know, growing up, I wanted to make my own mark. I wanted to create my own name, and so there was that little bit of that competitive nature in me that said I want to start my own business and I want to start my own company and show my parents that I can do it on my own. And I think we all can just understand that. But went out and I love the auto industry and actually started my internship with Volvo and under the Ford at that point in time was under Ford and thought that was the direction I wanted to go. And then I started thinking things through and looking at the future, and I said, you know what, this family business isn't such a bad idea. Mm-hmm. So 6 months into that internship, I did decide to move back to, at that time I was living in Arizona, move back to Southern California and jump in with both feet into the family business.
Give us a little bit of what that's evolved to today.
Well, back then, once I graduated college, my dad felt it was important to own a store, so start from the ground up, and so I bought my first at that time UPS store, newly rebranded
How old
UPS
were you?
store. I was 21 at that time.
Wow, hats off to you.
And that's basically starting in the mailroom.
Basically, well, yes, in a sense, it would include starting in the mailroom, but it was an interesting time at that point for the company because for years we were mailboxes, etc. Right. And the same year that I graduated college, UPS bought mailboxes, etc. And the mailboxes, etc., had done a fantastic job of building a brand, but UPS is UPS.
Right.
And at that point in time, the company was going through the rebranding from mailboxes, etc., to the UPS store. And an interesting time, and so I think it was not a difficult investment, but a fun investment, and here we are today.
Well, being from Southern California, I'm sure many people can relate being born into a family that's a family business or having your parents be entrepreneurial. Did that help you leapfrog into having your own business versus someone that didn't?
Oh, of course. I mean, I had that backstop, right? If I had any questions about running the store day to day, I certainly could turn to my...
Business was more second nature to you.
It's in our blood. It's all we know.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think, being an entrepreneur, it's walking a fine line. You don't want to be too corporate. But you do need that structure, and I think that really is the beauty of any franchise. Really, is that we're the area franchisee, so we're not corporate, and we're not store owners per se, but we're in this process together, and you need both sides to make it work.
And so, in addition to a couple of stores, you're also involved in the corporate level?
Yeah, so we're the area franchisee. So we do all of the development in Southern California. We assist franchisees in start to finish from site selection.
And a lot of people don't know that UPS store is a franchise.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah.
Yes, the UPS store is a franchise. You can too own a UPS store. We're not UPS. We're the UPS Store Inc., owned by UPS, formerly mailboxes, etc. And yes, all of the UPS stores around the country, over 4,000 locations, are independently owned and operated. So having said that, my office in Irvine assists in the development process as well as the support process. So everything from site selection. We go out, find viable UPS store locations, to lease negotiation, to center design, center build out. Then once the center is built out, my team also assists with visiting your store once a quarter. So we go through an image audit, operations audit, so on and so forth. So we're involved in the development side as well as the ongoing support side, and we're happy to say after 30 years now we have 270 stores throughout Southern California.
Congratulations.
And I think the core product, am I correct in assuming the core product is mailboxes? But then there's so much more beyond that.
It's interesting. I mean, every store takes on the life of its own. And I think in any successful franchise or any business for that matter, you're constantly evolving. And I think in the 80s, 90s, we were the post office alternative. You rented a mailbox from us. Maybe you came in and did a couple copies here and there. And it's really evolved too when UPS bought us. The natural progression is pack and ship. And everybody came into our store, especially during the holidays. Now with the internet, we had to evolve as a company as well. So as we sit here today, you see, where we have positioned ourselves at this point is the small business resource. So you can go to the upsstore.com/smallbiz. Everything from assisting you with short-term financing, payroll companies to use. The list goes on and on. Online printing. So being able to submit a print job 24 hours a day, we can print it for you. So yes, our core business certainly is mailboxes and shipping, but we certainly do a whole lot more.
And you also have partnerships with other strategic partners, such as LegalZoom and other services that people wouldn't expect necessarily.
Sure, and that's a recent shift for us. So yes, Paymatech being a big one, LegalZoom being another. We have various corporate accounts with companies like AT&T, Apple, so on and so forth. So we really do try to leverage our brick and mortar locations and become those companies' helping hand.
And I want to talk a little bit about the mailbox service because we talked about this before, and some of the advantages were amazing to me, things that didn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
The differences between just having a post office box somewhere and having a UPS store.
Sure.
mailbox.
I mean, the biggest differentiation is simply it's not a P.O. box, it's a real street address. So a majority of the people understand, okay, I get a real street address, not a P.O. box. But if you really think it through, everything let's just say you have you work from home, right? You started your own company, you work from home. In order to get a Google business listing, they won't recognize your home address, and nor would you want to put your home address.
Right, never do that.
So
business owner.
many people who work from home rent a mailbox from us, use our address. They can do all the advertising they want, certainly with our address. And then if you need to inventory product, whatever that product may be, we can charge fees to warehouse in a sense that product at our locations. You can call us up and say, okay, ship 2 items here, ship 1 item there, and we in a sense become your fulfillment house.
Wow.
One thing I like that you all do, that you've shifted your sales process, is you do webinars.
Oh, yeah,
And share
absolutely.
with business owners what that power is in taking advantage of technology and using something as simple as a webinar.
Sure. I mean, my dad always tells stories on he sold more stores taking ads out of local newspapers, but we had to evolve as well. And one of the things that we've recently done is we signed up with a company called Ready Talk. We have a program with them, and we do host webinars. So anybody that's interested in buying a UPS store, they go onto the upsstore.com, give us their information. I then once a month host a monthly webinar, and I really feel like it does assist a lot of people in the sales process in that you can ask any question you want. It's an open forum, and at the same time we can host it at convenient hours. Most of the webinars are 7 o'clock at night, whereas traditionally if you wanted to learn more about a store, we'd set up a meeting maybe midday.
Or before technology, maybe you're meeting people one-on-one.
Right.
Where now you can utilize your time better.
Yeah, for all parties, right? For all parties involved. But you can sit in your pajamas and learn about a UPS store, and we can sit and talk and figure it out.
Another fun part about your business and having the UPS store, you said, is entrepreneurs, small business owners, they come in. Those are your customers, and you learn from them things that you didn't necessarily think that you would learn, but that all businesses share.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, you're not talking to a corporate face. You're talking to a small business owner just like yourself. So I encourage all of you, go into your local UPS store, ask for the owner. I'm sure they have dealt with the same challenges that you have, just in a different way. So yes, it's certainly small business owners helping small business owners.
How do you feel you inspire the younger generation, Gary?
Oh gosh, I see it directly. I have two younger twin sisters actually that just graduated college not too long ago, and they're joining the family business. But I mean, let's be honest, what a struggle today. I mean, just I can't imagine graduating college today with the job market the way it is, and one of my side projects coming up is simply inspiring the younger generations to think, because we all go through college, and I certainly didn't learn it enough. But
well, it's an interesting shift, because someone that has business experience, over 10 years business experience, 20, 30 years, which I see all the time, and a lot of challenges is they're not taking advantage of social media,
Right.
new technology, and then the young person out of college knows that. So
Yep.
somehow there needs to be a mirroring of that.
Yep, absolutely, and it certainly was a challenge for me. Working with my mom and dad and trying to shift their way of thinking when the answer was, well, we've done it for 30 years this way, right? So, it's been a lot of fun. So, to your point about webinars is just a small piece of changing our sales process, changing our way of thinking, and using social media. You're one of the best.
Yes, thank you for that. I do bug people about it.
So,
well, you got to stay social, and I know for me, in changing my business life as well, as many people do. One thing is I had to understand what social media was, and early on when Twitter was around, I was like, "What's this? We're going to tweet? What is that?" And I was resistant to change at first, but then when I really understood it and just took the time to know it, and really how having an internet presence is going to help people find you.
sure.
You have to do it.
Yeah, and certainly, I in the social media space, I put myself out there. I'm an open book.
Yes.
Anybody can find me on Facebook and anything else, and I'm not corporate. It amazes me how many people, leaders of major companies,
Right.
are corporate,
Sure.
and I think it's important to tell a story about who you are and what you do, and show things that you do outside of work. I think that's the beauty of owning your own business.
Well, one thing you love is being coming from having auto industry.
Yep.
Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Oh,
And you do incorporate that in your Facebook and as a car racer, and that's a really fun part about you.
I love this business. I love the UPS store. At the same time, it's not my passion. My passion is racing. So it's owning your own business and owning your own franchise certainly gives me the opportunity to weave my personal racing endeavors into
So I'm going to
there.
quote you here. You said, "Don't take an opportunity and try and change it. Embrace it."
Yep, absolutely. And so I tried so hard in college to, okay, how do I take my love for racing and cars and make a career out of it? And the reality was I couldn't. And it's a very difficult business, and I've been fortunate enough today to meet the right people and make it work.
Okay, but explain to the audience, you actually do combine the two now.
Oh, yes.
With the marketing purpose and you branding the UPS store.
Yeah, we have branded the truck from time to time, but the reality is a race team is a marketing company.
Yep.
Racing has to become secondary, and I've kind of applied my business and marketing sense to the race team, and it's not so much about winning races; it's about getting your name out there and getting your team out there, and we've been doing a pretty good job of it.
Thank you. We're talking with Gary Williams Jr. from the UPS store. And Gary, I love one of your favorite quotes that you shared with us. Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't.
and I'm right in the middle of it right now. I'm envious of my parents. They started in their mid-20s with the mailboxes, et cetera, concept, and now at 60 years old they've been able to retire. But I heard a lot about the sacrifice, but never really saw it. And today now I'm living right through it. So it's an interesting time in my life. Not a whole lot of sleep, but it's been good.
And that's something a lot of our audience can relate to is the hard work that goes into owning your own business.
Sure.
But the rewards are there as well.
Yep, absolutely. And certainly a startup business has its challenges. And at the same time, here I am trying to take a business that's 30 years worth of foundation. How do we take that to the next level? And it's almost, to me, I look at it in a lot of ways just as starting a brand new company.
And every business entrepreneur has a mentor that's helped shape their foundation. For our last point with you, share who that has been for you.
Oh, by far. My mentors are my parents. My parents were in the music industry and didn't work out so well. And my mom was actually a waitress at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and my dad was a bellman there. And a friend came to them with this concept for mailboxes, et cetera, and they went all in, put everything they had on the line, and went for it, and were able to make it work. And so, yes, I couldn't name anybody else as my mentors in business besides my parents.
Great. And the UPS store can help small businesses sort of do some of their services.
Yeah, I mean, let's walk it through the process. Any good startup company needs a good marketing package, one way or the other, right? And so maybe you're not a marketing expert. So you walk into your local UPS store, we can help everything from design your business cards to print to banners, so on and so forth. So we are your small business resource.
So if we want more information, give us your website.
Absolutely, theupsstore.com.
Thank you for sharing with our audience today, Gary. It goes by quick, right? It's so
Absolutely.
much fun. We'll have to have you back. For more information about small business services, entrepreneur opportunities, and the UPS store, go to theupsstore.com. You can also go to our website, thebusinessexperienceshow.com, if you want to learn how to get on our show, thebusinessexperienceshow.com. I'm Lisa Caprelli, Brian Gapps. You're listening to The Business Experience Show on Angels Radio AM 830, KLAA.
Angels Radio, AM 830.
Philosophy number 72, know your customers.
It sounds simple, yet to thrive, you must always know your customers, who they are, what they want, why they need you. Only then can you construct a compelling message that resonates, motivates, and stimulates action, strengthening your connection, solving their problem, and growing your bottom line.
Know your customers from Orange Label Art and Advertising, generating thriving brand leaders. OrangeLabelAdvertising.com.
Need investment strategies for family or business? Talk to Scott Shire at Quintessential Financial or visit betterfinancialfuture.us. Learn some tricks of the wealthy and apply them to your assets. Learn how to better secure your savings with IRAs. Find out about tax shelters and leveraging your insurance policies. Talk about college planning now. Heard regularly on Business Radio, our financial tips can help you find a new BFF. Better Financial Future. Visit betterfinancialfuture.us. That's betterfinancialfuture.us.